Hey everyone, I just wanted to go live real quick. I wanted to bring you some information. If you're coming in, and if you see this live later on, if you can take the brief second to like and subscribe to the channel. I also have a Facebook group if you're interested in joining that community. It is a quick guide on how to boost your credit. Feel free. I'll probably put the link right here into the description, so feel free to join that. I have a lot of people that follow me here on YouTube that do not have a Facebook account, so I wanted to bring you this information. A question in my group was, what happens if you do send a debt validation letter and the company removes it, and that's the collection company, but then they come back and report in the name of the original creditor? When this happens, what you can do, I have a book called A Quick Guide on How to Boost Your Credit and Stop Collections. A lot of time, collection agencies are kind of notorious for this, so they won't get sued. They are concerned about getting sued. This is why they don't want to give you their name, first and last name, when you request it to the customer service person, even if you ask to speak to the supervisor. They choose not to give this information. What you can do, I have a strategy in my book, is called a satisfactory and accordance agreement. Basically, with this agreement, what you're saying to them, and this will be addressed to the original creditor. So if it was ABC credit card, you send it to ABC credit card. And what you notify them of, I'm sending a satisfactory and accordance agreement. Once I pay this debt, that let's say the debt is $500, but you say, hey, I'm going to pay you $100, and what you're going to do in return is report this debt paid as agreed, or you can ask for deletion within 30 days of receiving this payment. And you also let them know what you're going to do is send what's called a restrictive check endorsement. So you're going to let them know, I am sending a restrictive check endorsement along with this agreement. If you do not agree to these terms and conditions, write me back within 30 days that you do not agree with this. If you do not write me back, I am assuming that you agree with these terms and conditions. Now, the reason why I say 30 days, you got to check your state laws, because some states, you don't have to give any notice. But I usually give like 15-day notice of sending a restrictive check endorsement. But some states, it might be 30 days. So whatever the requirement is, you make sure you include that. Now, when you send it to the original creditor, and if you already been in contact with them, they will let you know if they charged off the debt, they can no longer take the payment. They'll tell you to pay the collection company. So reason why they can't take the payment, when they charge that debt off, the IRS already gave them a tax credit. So basically, they didn't take a loss anymore. They received a tax credit, and they cannot take any additional payments, or what they would have is an unjust enrichment, meaning they're making money and they really lied to the IRS. They didn't take a loss at all. The way they get around that is by selling these debts to a debt collector, and they're making money hand over fist by doing that anyway. But they don't want to get in trouble with the IRS accepting the money from you directly. So what you can do, once you sent them that notice, when that 15 days is up, 30 days is up, you're going to send a payment to the collection agency in the name of the original creditor. And with that payment, you're going to have that check in the mail. In that letter, you're going to have the agreement that you already sent, the SNA, the satisfactory accordance agreement, letting them know, here's the agreement, and you're going to list those details in that letter and also list it underneath the signature line underneath of that check. Because what that means, when that original creditor sign and deposit that check, which that collection agency is going to send to them because they want to be paid. Remember, they bought this debt from them, so they want to get paid. They're going to have them to deposit that check. Now the original creditor have established a whole new agreement with you on your terms by accepting that payment. Now, if they don't remove that item from reporting on your credit report, you have recourse to sue them in your local court system if they don't update and change that. And what you can sue them for in small claims court, for defamation of character. They're lying on you. They're saying that a debt has been charged off, or a debt is reporting as late, but they're really doing that for the collection company, allowing them to report in their name. Now they'll be held responsible because now you satisfied the debt. So that's a tip. Then you will be able to either change the status of that as paid as agreed, because you'll have leverage once you go to file a small claim suit. And like I always say, you name 2 employees that work there. If you can't get the name of the employees, you can just Google the information and find out who are the CEOs of that company, who are the board members, and you can hold them responsible, because the first rule of management, everything is your fault. So you can name them. They're over the system, and they're in charge of whatever procedures that are in place that is there. So what you can do is file your small claim suit against those 2, either the vice president and the president, naming 2 of those, or some of the management that is listed as the board members along with the company itself. And so what you want to primarily do, don't make the amount crazy, a large amount. You want to just make it not worth their while to hire an attorney for the company and, fly their representatives in court to show up. And they usually negotiate out the debt so they don't have to do so, because it's more time and money for them to fight it than anything. And honestly and truthfully, you have it on your credit report reporting, and they are lying against your character. They're saying you owe them money you don't. They're saying that you're not worthy or credit worthy, and are really tearing down your reputation to other lenders, prospective lenders that won't lend you any money because of what they're saying. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. And if you like I say, you can join my Facebook group. And thank you. I hope this was helpful. God bless.